What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Bobby Darin from the Legendary Bobby Darin collection. And the next track in the playlist is A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. I think sometimes it's pronounced Barkley, so I'm not sure how that will go here, but as someone who lives in California, where Berkeley, up in Northern California, is a common place of reference, I'm inclined to think that. However, I'm not aware of any Berkeley Square, so if there is one, and it's not in California, I don't have a sense of where that might be. I suppose anywhere in the English-speaking world is a possibility. I did also think when I looked at the title that Nightingale could be metaphorical for a human singing, or past tense sang, and in that regard I would expect it maybe to be a female human, but then I thought, no, maybe it's just as likely that it's an actual nightingale, an actual bird, and this is the narrator strolling through the square, hearing the sounds, the music of the world, and so on. But I expect it to be more of a human story, and more of an interpersonal story, not necessarily someone just observing their surroundings. So in that regard, I'm still inclined to think it could be a female, and the narrator might be someone interested in her, or someone who had been with her before. Either way, I'm curious about the title. This is obviously all speculative, so let's give it a listen. This is Bobby Darin. The track is A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square, perhaps Berkeley Square, and it's part of the Legendary Bobby Darin compilation.
That certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I may be right, may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turned and smiled at me, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. The moon that lingered over London town, poor puzzled moon, he wore a frown. How could he know we two were so in love? The rolled down world seemed upside down. The streets of town were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. And as we kissed and said good night, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. How strange it was, how sweet and strange. There was never a dream to compare with that hazy, crazy night we met, when a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. Ah, this heart of mine, it beat loud and fast, like a merry-go-round in a fair. For we were dancing cheek to cheek, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. When dawn came stealing up all gold and blue to interrupt our rendezvous, I still remember how you smiled and said, was that a dream or was it true? Our homeward step was just as light as the dancing feet of a stair, and just like an echo far away, nightingale sang in Berkeley. Nightingale sang in Berkeley, that night in Berkeley Square.
So that one sounds like it was recorded. Again, there's a few tracks on this compilation that are live. But yes, so I think the nightingale is literally a nightingale, but it is about his unshakable memory of the night he met this woman and the experiences they had. And it's like the memory is based on multiple sensory experiences, like, you know, seeing the surroundings, feeling her cheek against his, the kinetic movement of their dancing together, and hearing this nightingale. Though it also sounds like he's saying all these things took place in different places, and that's, it was the significance of the night. The nightingale maybe was singing specifically because they met and they had this crazy connection. The world was upside down. Even looking back on it, it's sort of hazy because it was just so incredible. And, the moon was like hanging over London town, which presumably is somewhere different. I guess Berkeley, we had a definitive answer to the pronunciation question. I guess Berkeley Square could be in London town. Either way, it sounds like he's saying, the whole world was in this specific alignment, and it was kind of this magical thing that it just doesn't happen. The magic was on the air. It was just this really special, highly specific circumstance that created such an incredible experience. Now, it also sounds like, through implication anyway, that they're not together anymore, or like they haven't had nights on that same level since. It was really that special one-off kind of circumstance, and it was symbolized or even epitomized by the nightingale singing in Berkeley Square. So yeah, I feel like there's parts of the story that are implied but not explicitly stated. But again, Bobby's voice, forget about it. He just has a charisma. He's got a very sonorous vocal quality, like in terms of the actual audio sound of it, but he also has a sense for delivery, and he just has this, again, charisma in the way he can belt, the way he can extend, and just the particular vocal intonations on a given word. And yeah, I love the big band stylings. We've got strings, we've got brass flaring up, definitely the drums in the back, so it's just the whole experience, and I'm here for Bobby's music. He absolutely is rightly considered legendary, as the compilation will tell you. So another fun one from him. Let me know what you think, and I will see you for the next one. Oh, and I forgot to mention at the start of the video, I'm trying to mention this in all my videos tonight. This is the last day I'm going to do regular reactions until we get through the holiday period. So roughly from tomorrow up until maybe New Year's, maybe a day or two before that, maybe a day or two after that, I'm going to be doing exclusively holiday reactions, as well as some holiday specials like watch-alongs, a riff, and so on over on my Patreon. But yes, for the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to be doing solely holiday reactions, which I realize is not everyone's cup of tea. If it's not yours, I apologize, but you will see me on the other side of the holiday period, and if you are here for holiday reactions, there's plenty more coming in the next 2 to 3 weeks that you should enjoy. So, in any case, just wanted to mention that so people aren't confused by it. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.